coaching, I woke up at 5 a.m. each day and spent about 45 minutes in prayer and meditation. We started our coaches meetings at 7 a.m. with a short devotional period with our coaches, trainers, and strength staff. 10 minutes in which we read a verse of scripture, discussed what it might mean for our players and us, and then closed with a prayer. I usually ended the day with a short time in the scriptures. Colossae was a small town, yet the Apostle Paul didn't know all the Colossians personally. However, that didn't stop him from praying specifically for them.
Visit kingdomsports.online.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
'Tis the season to raise a little Cane with Raising Cane's. Spread joy with craveable chicken finger meals and treat everyone on your nice list to a Cane's gift card or our beanies, socks, mugs, and more. Happy holidays from Raising Cane's. One love.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretexcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, good morning and welcome to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bigger Than the Score. I'm Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and joined as always on the ones and twos with the doctor, Mr. Harrison. Got his Bears stuff going strong. Who the Bears got today?
The Bears, man, that's going to kill me. 49ers.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I should have known
49ers.
that. I was going to say, I think 49ers are strategically eliminated if they don't win this one. So
I was going to say another loss, but I want to keep room for the Bears. I got my Bears gear on again. It's another Sunday. Hopefully we can turn the corner here. I still got hope out there for Caleb Williams. I will say this, though. Probably better to be a Bears fan than as a Cowboys fan right now.
See, he had to go ahead and throw that. I was going to say it was a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But, with that being said, we're glad you're joining us again on a Sunday morning, which I think is supposed to be a high around 60. It's
beautiful.
We say that. We come in here and going to get a final lawn mow in because I thought I had put it off, hoping I could get away with it until March or April, but going to have to do one final pass through. But if people want to get in touch with us, Harrison, how can they do that today?
Yeah, as always, Starter Heyman text line. If you guys want texted, 402-464-5685. And if you want to put a face to the voice, use the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. We're down here at the corner of 1040 O Street. You can also swing by, grab a coffee at the mill. You can meet some of the talent here. And just quick programming notes, at 11:30, we do have NFL taking over the brick and mortar. But if you want to continue listening, just use those streams, and we'll put it on the Ticket app as well.
Fantastic. Well, busy week, just kind of in general. I think everybody's mostly focused on the announcement. I think it's actually just started here at 11 o'clock for the CFP, the college football playoffs. And so we'll give you a quick update once that all comes out and see if, I think the only kind of variable right now is it's SMU or if it's Alabama, but also just kind of in the area, but also across the country. You got winter high school sports and at middle school kind of making that transition. You saw kind of some of the final state football championships kind of concluding, and then going into the basketball, the wrestling, one acts, those type of things. Do want to give a special shout out. We had a guest last week, Lily Hansmeyer, and I think it was so timely. So Lily was fantastic. Her and Kaylee Danker just gave some really great insight. I mean, as always, but Lily is a first year over at Standing Bear High School, which is in its second year. So last year they didn't play varsity athletics. This year they were starting, and she, talked about they had a number of freshmen. They don't have any juniors. It's just all
it's a young team.
Freshmen and sophomores. And I turned on Twitter, and all of a sudden I see Standing Bear, first varsity high school win and first varsity game. Great last second shot by Lily Hansmeyer. and so if you get to watch it, she doesn't give up on a play. It's just amazing. Goes a whole 94 feet, steals the ball, takes it, goes to the other side of the court, dribbles all the way down, gets a great screen by a young lady in the back court, comes to the other side and does a layup. And I think from what I read, she struggled during the game, kind of shooting and not having, and it was just amazing, just for her to have that opportunity, but for her team. And so congratulations to Standing Bear Grizzlies, but also just to Lily for that resilience and perseverance. Cause I listened to the interview and she talked about that. She talked about not giving up. She talked about being a good teammate, supporting others, being in a situation. And so that was just kind of cool that, less than a week later that she kind of what she said came to fruition for her in that athletic environment.
Yeah, it was cool to definitely see it. It was, not that long after. I was wondering what my ex was kind of blowing up for. I kept seeing the same post. I was like, what keeps getting retweeted that I'm tagged to for whatever reason? And yeah, sure enough, she hits the game buzzer beater going coast to coast there. And it was cool to see. I mean, both of those guys were impressive, but for her to go ahead and do that. And to your point, like, especially when you're a young player, when you have a bad shooting day, like I can talk for myself, like when I was like a freshman, sophomore, I've had a bad shooting day. I'm going to pull back a little bit.
Right.
I'm definitely not going to try to take the last second shot. Like if that's the last thing I'll do. But for her at that age, just stay locked in there. Then shout out to the teammate for your point, setting that seal up, getting that screen for her to get open, just having the confidence, go out there and do it. And as a young player, like that's great confidence to have, knowing that like, even if it's not my best day, like I can find those moments when it really matters.
Well, and it's that court awareness. And so, again, just congratulations to her. All those teams just kind of embarking on the season, so to speak. We've had a lot of action in the Lincoln, I don't say just Nebraska community, even at Creighton, for those Creighton or Huskers or however you want to put it. But volleyball-wise, the town was abuzz. We had the first round of the NCAA tournaments, and the Huskers came on to some phenomenal sweeps. But also, it was just kind of cool to see some of the other schools like the Miami. We had, some connects with the South Dakota, and then you also had the Florida, Florida A&M. And so
now we're going to get Dayton.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Well, Dayton,
is it Dayton?
Dayton's coming. Dayton's coming.
Okay.
I think they've been posting, but just to see some of those schools to get to experience, that Nebraska atmosphere. Creighton, of course, did very similar. And so just, places about less than 60 miles apart, in that top 5 hosting. So congratulations to them. You also saw the All-State, it's at least from the Journal-Star. I didn't see the Omaha World Herald was released with volleyball. So congratulations to those scholar athletes. We've had Faith Venerable. I know she was recognized as a second-team super stater. So congratulations to her, first team Class B on that, and to all those scholars that are on those and those that are kind of going on to pursue other opportunities. And then, as always, just kind of to close out is University of Nebraska Kearney did their regional and unfortunately got upset at the first round to Washburn. It was a team that MWI conference, we've talked about it, just challenge it all the way around, but played them for the 3rd time. It's tough to beat a team 3 times. And so ended up falling up a little bit short in 5 sets. Just great game to watch, great volleyball in itself, but they ended the year with a 30-3 record. And so to say it was not the season that they wanted, probably, as they wanted to go a little bit farther, as most teams do. But with that all being said, a great 30-3 season. And then just point of personal privilege, it was the first year for Jaden Ferguson for us. I said it was first time, or I said I still agree for her to have somebody to dance with in December. I'm still okay with that. And that was the volleyball tournament. And so she was a GA for them this year, and just a different role for us as parents to watch that, and was really proud of how she just kind of maneuvered things and engaged and took on that role, and really excited to see kind of what the next steps in her future hold. So with that being said, kind of that you're starting to see the holidays kick in, and however you might celebrate, but we've got 2 guests here, and I'm going to kind of key it off with this question to you, because it all makes sense. They're from the best Christmas pageant ever. Am I correct? I got that right? Yes. So Harrison, I want to start off by asking you, what is the best gift you either received or you never received for either the holidays, birthday, or whatever else? So the best gift either you received or the best gift that you never received.
We'll do received.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to put my parents on the burner, or Santa Claus for that matter. They both hit it out of the park every year. Best one, I'll say, I said it on Fitness FinX. The one year, it was a crazy blizzard. So we had like 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks straight, just no school. I mean, the drifts were insane. I maybe have been 3rd, 2nd grade. We got an Xbox. Ooh. And that was a big deal. Just the classic Xbox 360, playing Cabela's Hunting all day for 2 weeks straight. So shout out to my parents for having to deal with that. Having 4 sons all at home, no school. They just got a brand new Xbox. They're all just screaming, shouting, exciting. That one's always up there. Definitely just a lot of memories.
Okay. I would have to say, see, you said Xbox. I'm a little bit older, but I don't know if you remember the vibrating football table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
And you put the figures on and you run a play and they'd vibrate and it'd run, and then
What was that called?
We're going to have to look that up. And then also, if any of our listeners, if you have one, I think that would be something cool to bring down to the station.
I would love to.
If you had the parts, and just like, instead of, we keep talking about like Xbox and Madden challenges and, college football, just to have one of those sponsored by the ticket. I think I can't
remember how much noise they make.
They didn't make a ton, unless something was wrong with it. They didn't make a ton, but I remember I had mine, and of course the Cowboys, because you could put numbers and letters and everything on them. So that was mine. So with that, that's kind of our segue to our 2 guests. We've got Isla. Yep. All right. And Tavion. Yes. And both of them are members, and we'll get into this a little bit more, of the best Christmas pageant ever at the Lincoln Community Playhouse. But they're 2 phenomenal, outstanding scholars in the area. And so we want to get to know a little bit more about them. And so first off, Isla, what is the best present either you received for Christmas or you didn't receive that is the best one ever? Best one you received or you didn't receive?
I would say like experiences are probably like the best gifts. And one year we got to go to Mexico, which was super cool.
Okay.
And then this year we're going to Chicago. Like it's just like experiences like that are my favorite.
Oh, you may have won Harrison over already. Yeah, Harrison's the big Chicago Bears fan, so he might be being a stowaway with you.
That's all right. It's been a bad year.
Oh,
I think I can stay away from Chi-Town for a year.
Oh,
My dad is too.
okay. Oh, so you might have to have some conversation right there. Tavion, what about you? The best either like holiday gift or birthday gift that you ever received, or one that you didn't?
I'm gonna like piggyback off of Isla. Me and my family, about every other year we go to see my family in Texas, and that's like a gift I really like because I love being around my family and seeing all of them because we don't get to see them a lot.
Love that. So, Isla, I want to start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. We introduced you, but tell us your name. Like, have you always lived in Lincoln? Where have you gone to school? Where do you go to school? And then kind of who makes up the family.
Okay, so hi, I'm Isla. I used to live in Omaha in a small town. I've always lived in small towns my whole life, but I used to live around Bennington. And then in 4th grade, I moved to a small town called Adams, which is about 30 minutes out of Lincoln. And I've been going there since now, and I'm a freshman. In my family, we have 4 dogs. 3
Got to give them the names. I know they're listening.
Arbor, Maddox, Schmidt, and then we just got a new puppy. Her name's Thea. And then I have an older brother who just graduated and is at college. And then my mom and my dad.
Awesome. Now, we give you permission to give them the names. Yeah, I can't have you name the dogs and not give your parents' names and your brother's name. He's probably out there. She named the dogs, but couldn't put me out there. So give us some names.
My brother's name is Wesley Havelka. And then my mom and dad are Tiffany and Andrew.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right, Tavion, what about you? Tell us, come on up that mic and tell us who are you? Where are you from? Have you always been in Lincoln? And then kind of tell us who makes up your family.
Yeah. I'm Tavion. I haven't lived in Lincoln my whole life. I've been everywhere in Nebraska. I'm not from Nebraska, but like, as I said, me and my family are from Texas.
Awesome. Hey, how about them Cowboys? You a Cowboys fan?
Yes and no.
There can't. Okay, we'll diagnose that a little bit later with the family. Go ahead.
Yeah. I have 7 dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the names?
Oh, Isis, London, Benny, Peta, Pretty Boy, Boogie, and what's her name? Oh, Caprice.
That poor dog.
Caprice almost got left out.
Yeah, you and I we're probably on the same wavelength. I was thinking about a Hard Knocks episode, but thank you. Let's go ahead and continue. So, having lived in Lincoln, who makes up your family?
The people who make up on my family are my dad and my mom, my grandma, my brother, me, my sister, and my other sister, but she's in college right now at ASU.
Okay. So she must be on cloud 9 then after the win yesterday.
Yeah, she's moving to Barcelona because she graduates this summer.
Wow. So give their names. Give them some. I know they're out here listening to you, so they want to know. Make sure you're giving credit to the right individuals.
Yeah, my dad's name is Michael. My mom's name is Bobby. My grandma's name's Alina. My brother's name's Tyshawn. My sister's names are Aviana, Nayeli, and Janessa.
Okay. And did you say where you went to school? Where do you go to school now?
I go to Southwest.
Okay, fantastic. And so give it a couple of other places you've gone to school.
I went to Belmont Elementary.
Okay.
And then during that COVID year, I moved out to a small town called Cortland. And it's about like 25 minutes away from Lincoln. And then that's where I live currently. But I then went to school at Norris.
Okay.
And then I went to Scott. And then now I'm at Southwest.
Fantastic. So, Tavion, I want to start with you. Tell us something that people don't know by just looking at you.
They don't know that I do theater. I don't talk about it a lot, but it is a big part of my life that I really love. I've loved musical theater ever since I was a little kid. I've been singing ever since 6 or 7. And then starting my 6th grade year is when I did my first musical.
So where did that love for theater come from? I mean, or singing.
Mhm.
I mean, I know you're probably always on a stage, but
Mhm.
when did that love for kind of singing and acting, did that come from folks? Did that come from watching somebody on
Yeah.
TV, listening to the radio?
It came from TV mostly because I was always a big like I always loved acting. I've always been dramatic. And then I watched, what was it? I think The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
And that like started my love for theater. And then that's when my old vocal coach told me about Matilda the musical and how they were having auditions. And then I auditioned and got the role of Bruce
Okay.
in Matilda.
Awesome. Isla, what about you?
Um,
Something people wouldn't know by just looking at you.
like I would say not only like that I like to sing and act, but it's like the deep connection and like communication with other people that you can have through it. Like I've been singing since I was little and I sang at like a lot of things that brought people together, like my aunt's wedding and my grandma's funeral. And being on stage is one thing that really brings people together and takes people like out of their situation that they're in and can bring them to a magical place that maybe doesn't really exist. But it's just like how much joy I find in being on stage and like it's been one of my dreams forever to like go to New York and be on Broadway, but that's something I'm just very passionate about.
Fantastic. So I love how you kind of talked about your journey and kind of moving forward. Who is somebody that's I don't want to say mentor or an idol, so to speak, that you kind of look at and you're like, okay, man, I want to get to that point. I want to get past it, but I just, that's somebody that kind of embodies some of the characteristics and the attributes that I want to be.
Um, Probably just like my family in general, but specifically like my grandparents. Like ever since I was little, they've been my biggest inspiration and they just have like they're kind, but they also know how to like they're kind and caring, but can also take a room and make everyone happy, especially my grandma. So I just look up to them a lot. And then like I've been following Christian Chenoweth since I was little. Like everything she does, I'm just obsessed
All
with
right.
her. Like to be like that one day would be so fun.
Awesome. Tavion, what about you? Somebody that has just either mentored or you've kind of looked at and you're like, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, probably my mom, number one, because she's been my biggest cheerleader through everything. And I just love her and she's amazing. And then probably,
What's unique about your mom? I always, I want to give like just
Yeah.
give her some love right now. Like, what is something that your mom does that, like, for you, you're like, I'm just
Mhm.
always gonna take this with me.
she runs all of us around. Like we're all doing, my brother does basketball, football, and my sister does volleyball, basketball. She wants to do football too.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she runs us around, finds us ways to get what we love done while still being our cheerleaders and finding a way to make it to every one of our activities.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. So you talked about some of the things that are unique about you. What are some things, and I don't want to say surface level, but what are some things that you carry with pride that when people initially meet you, you're like, yeah, that's who I am. I want to make sure people know that about me from the onset.
Yeah. I'm a very social person. Like if you came up to me, I would say about how like I'd be very open with you. I'd be very communicative. I'm also a very loud person. So I will talk loud around you
Okay.
and I will welcome you.
Like that. Isla, what about you?
Probably just making people feel like invited and welcome to that I'm a safe space just right away off the bat and that I'm very like energetic and I'll greet you with happiness until it's a time where I shouldn't. And like I can also be very empathetic.
Love both those answers. Really, really do love. Involvements. I mean, just kind of listening to you all and who you all are. I would assume a number of people want you in their space. So what are you involved in? And then briefly, why do you choose to be involved in the things that you're involved in? I want to start with you.
So in my small town, it's like very like I've always dreamed of going to like a big high school like Southwest. But I found like a way to adapt. And one thing that's really good about a small town is I can be involved in everything. So I do speech and one act, and I run cross country, and I also run track. And it's just all those things that I can do to push towards that. But then I also love to do things outside of that. So that's why I come into Lincoln, and I also do stuff at Hickman and do community theater because it's another way I can like show myself and also like engage with others and meet new people. Like being friends with a bunch of people that don't go to my small town helps me like expand, especially from that.
No, that's cool all the way around. Tavion, what about you? What are some things you talked about your mom driving you all over the place? So she's probably driving by and being like, "Don't you leave something out because I'll leave you there." So what are some things you're involved in and why?
I'm involved in speech at Southwest. I do my events. I do are poetry and duo interp. And then
what is that? What is that for those that may not be familiar when you say like duo interp?
Yeah, duo interp is like you can pick either if you want it to be more dramatic or if you want it to be more humorous, and it's you and a partner and you work together to bring a story together with two characters, two emotions, and just all that fun stuff.
Like that. What else? What else are you involved in?
I'm involved in theater in Lincoln and in Hickman as well. That's where I met Isla.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so why do you choose to be involved in the things that you're involved in? What kind of puts you over the top saying, okay, yeah, this is what I'm going to give my time to?
Because it brings me joy and I love doing it. It gives me so much pride to say that I do theater and I'm able to sing, I guess, and act and bring others to laugh or have tears.
Love that. So we're gonna take a break, but then when we come back, we want to go a little bit deeper into the things that you're involved in. You also both have a special connection to the Lincoln Community Playhouse and a show that's actually going on right now, extremely popular. But also just the advice and just advice you've received, but also advice that you would give to others. So we'll be right back after this break on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
This holiday season, give yourself the ultimate gift, self-care and peace of mind. We know the holidays can bring stress, but did you know that managing that stress is key to your heart health? High blood pressure and heart disease can be impacted during this busy time. In fact, heart attacks are more common during the holidays. So take a moment for yourself. Breathe, relax, and prioritize your well-being. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska to learn more. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
and electrical.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Husker Nation, it's time. This Sunday, the Nebraska women's basketball team tips off Big Ten play against Minnesota at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The energy will be electric, and they need you there to help cheer them to victory. Single game tickets and starting 5 mini plans are available now, so don't wait. Go to huskers.com/tickets and secure your seat. Go Big Red.
Who wants free diamonds? This holiday season, as a thank you for shopping with us, Sartor Heyman Jewelers is giving you free diamonds. Now through December 6th, receive a pair of sparkling diamond stud earrings, a stunning diamond pendant, or a gorgeous diamond tennis bracelet for free with your qualifying purchase. We only have a limited number to give away, so once they're gone, they're gone. Don't wait on this one. Visit Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where your gift shopping shines brighter. In Lincoln at South Point Mall, downtown, and in Grand Island on State Street.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson, and joined as always on the ones and twos with Harrison as he got things switched over for the NFL. And so thanks for those who are hanging out. And for those that are going to listen to the replay, I know that's kind of the cool part as you hear during the course of the week. People like, hey, I saw the clip, and it caused me to listen to the replay. And so if you ever miss a show or miss a part, you can listen to the replay in a number of different ways: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Harrison, I know Red Circle.
Yeah, Amazon Prime, wherever you get your podcast from, if you want to do it that way as well. We got a plethora. If you got Allo Cable, you just got to wait for the replay, but all that stuff gets reprogrammed throughout our scheduling on a regular basis, or you can always just go back, pick it out individually yourself.
So, we've got in studio on a beautiful Sunday morning. I mean, it's kind of interesting as people go by. Thankfully, this is kind of tinted because you're getting that glare that comes in. That doesn't usually happen in December. But we've got Tavion and Isla, who are both very, very actively involved in a variety of things. They shared with us, why they choose to be active in certain things. And so was really, really appreciative of that. Told us a little bit about just kind of their academic, but also their personal journey. I want to open up quickly before we kind of go into some, other things and how you are both mutually kind of attached, is just what is some advice that you've received? Obviously you all have just kind of, gone through, you're kind of still early on in life, but you're really kind of putting some great things out there. Where have you gotten what advice has kind of guided you?
For me, I've gotten it from a lot of people in the theater community, but you're always auditioning, basically. Like it means like you're always being watched. And whenever you think you're not being watched, just always have the mindset that you are being watched and that you're always in that role of auditioning.
I like that alignment that you said. I've never heard that before. Like you're always on an audition.
Yeah.
And so fantastic. What about you? What's a piece of advice that you've received and who have you received that from?
So I've been doing theater for almost 7 years. So it's like there's been a lot of opportunities. But one thing that's always stuck with me, and one thing that I think really permanently got me stuck on theater, especially for the roles that I go for, is the first show I ever did. It was a camp at LCP, and it was Seussical the Musical. And one of the people that was helping direct, after our show, so I was like the comedic relief character, and she told me afterwards that it's always it's not, the leads are obviously what people watch, but it's more important to do something that you love and enjoy and that can make other people laugh. And that really helped me think about what theater is really about. It's not going on stage to be the best. It's about going on stage for other people that are coming to watch. It's not for you. It's for everyone else. So I always think about that when I'm going into the next show, what part I want to be and what, do I really want to do this show and how will it impact people?
That servant leadership concept, serving the common good. And so I think that resonated with me with both of your answers and both of the things that you've undertaken. So this is kind of a silly question, but I ask it as a lead into your connect. But what is something that brings you joy? You've both mentioned various things, but what is something that brings you joy?
Well, obviously, theater. I love to travel a lot. I would love to travel more than we travel. If we were rich, we would definitely travel all the time. And then
there's Google.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the World Wide Web. Yeah, there you go.
I also really love poetry. I write a lot of poetry, and that's something that not a lot of people know about me.
What is the base, the foundation of your poetry? Is it just kind of just how you're feeling, or is there kind of a certain genre that you like to hit?
It's really just depends on my day, how it goes, or maybe I'll get a memory and then want to write about that, or something that impacts me will happen and then I'll want to write about that. And usually if really good poetry comes from a feeling.
Oh, so. Wow. I like that. Tavion, what about you? What's something that brings you joy?
Just being around the people that I love, hanging around friends, watching movies with friends. I love going to the movies with my friends. It's such a fun experience.
Okay. So what movie, what's your all-time greatest movie?
Hard. Well, since we're in the best Christmas pageant ever, the movie is in theaters right now.
Okay.
We all usually, depending on the show, we all go see a movie.
Yeah.
In a small group of people in the cast. So
was that the one you went to see, or did you?
Yeah.
I was wondering if you went to see Wicked.
A group of us went to see Wicked.
Okay.
I didn't go this time.
I didn't go.
Okay. So both of you talked about your passion and your joy, and just that love for theater. And so both of you have a connect. You talked about that from community theater to both of you are on the cast or in the cast. I don't have all the theater terminology correct, but the best Christmas pageant ever that's at the Lincoln Community Playhouse is playing right now. Maury Enders, who is the executive director of the Playhouse, Christine Cotting, just phenomenal people at the Lincoln Community Playhouse. If you have not heard or have not been, just Google it and just see all the things that they do. I mean, from Penguin Project to various diverse productions. But talk a little bit just about the show and your roles in the show. And I want to start with you this time, Tavion.
The show's about a misfit group of kids, the Herdmans, and basically they're like outcasts, basically, and everyone else, the Sunday school kids and like the main Sunday school kids, Isla and Elmer and Teddy.
You said that with some shade right there. You're like the main Sunday school. It's like the outcasts and the main Sunday school kids. I caught that. There you go.
And basically we all think that the Herdmans are trouble, but we all come to find out that are they actually trouble, or are we just shading them out because they never got the same experience that we got?
Yeah.
So Isla, give your interpretation since you're like one of the cool kids, so to speak.
Okay, so my character has been a really fun like acting experience for me. So I'm Alice, and in this whole story of like we all hate these kids because they come basically from a different home and we misunderstand. They've just been raised like they're poor and everyone else is like rich, like but I'm a sassy little spoiled tattletale church kid. And I just tattle on everyone and I just think I'm right all the time. And like my mom, it all comes from my mom. Like she's a diva, I'm a diva. So
this is all like fictional, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say your mom's sitting out here on the couch starting to be like, she was like starting to look inside, be like, hold up now.
But it's really, really fun. But we basically interpret these kids that are the Herdmans as this bad group of kids. And then throughout the show, you kind of discover that maybe what we all thought wasn't true. And that's like, it's all resolved at the end in the Christmas pageant.
So you told us a little bit about your part and your role. Can you give us a line? I mean, or sing a little, just a little snippet. And Tavion, you're not off the hook yet because you didn't tell us what role you have. So give us just a little sample of what people would see or hear if they came.
So a lot of her lines are like, I'm telling, like she's very sassy. And I have this little sidekick that me and the girl that plays Ivy, which is another church kid, came up with together. So everything I do, she's kind of like my little minion and she'll copy it. It's really funny. But we have a song with like the person who steps in to direct the Christmas pageant has a kid. And we have a song that plays on my mother said, it's like it plays on a popular Christmas song. So that's really fun, but it's like a trio and it's one of my favorite songs.
Okay. Tavion, what about you? What part are you? I don't think you shared that.
I'm a Sunday school kid.
Oh, okay. That's right. You did. Yeah. You said when you threw the shade.
Yeah,
okay. And so
shade.
A line or just a song that you sing, or just kind of something that's a moment that you're like, okay, that's my favorite moment in this whole thing.
My favorite moment is probably My Mother Said. I love because we're in the background while they're doing like their main part, and we're just doing our little ding dongs, which is that's how we remember the song. That's the ding dong song.
Okay, so give us the line. How does it get into it? What are we going to look for when we're sitting out in the audience?
So like my favorite part is at the very end of the song. I give we do this whole circle thing where it's like, my mother said, your mother said, and we do this like whole thing. And at the very end, it's like, it was her mom, and then I get to have my little solo moment, and I go, that's what she said, and I go, and my mom is never wrong. And I flip my hair and walk off. It's like the best part. It's my favorite part of the whole show.
Love that. What about you, Tavion?
Probably The Horrible Herdmans. I love it.
Okay, The Horrible Herdmans.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Okay. Give us a sample. Give us a little sample.
The horrible Herdmans are the rottenest kids. Just wait until you hear about the things that they did. They hid and they steal and smoke smelly cigars. They ought to be arrested and put behind bars. There's nothing.
Wow.
My favorite part is a song that we're not even in, but it's called Counting on You. I love
Okay.
And it's the church ladies, like the adults that are like haters.
Yes.
And they all do like this choreography around. So one like plot is that the original person that was supposed to direct the Christmas pageant falls on the ice and like is in the hospital. and the actor that plays her is Amy Kepke.
Yes.
But
Okay.
she is amazing. But they sing behind her and like this trio, and they harmonize, and it's my favorite thing.
So what is the thing that you've learned most from engaging? I mean, you talked about friendships, you talked about just kind of serving other individuals, but what is the biggest takeaway or take with? Mr. Bill Bryan always talks about not takeaways, but what is a take with? What is something that you're taking with you every time you leave that space? Isla, I want to start with you.
I would say like we learn a lot of lessons about like how we treat people, especially like there's so many younger kids in the cast that you have to be very, very careful about like the environment that you're putting, because some of those kids like I've never done it. Like it's like when I would do my first show, and there's always that one older kid that would like make the experience harder, and that's just something that you never want to do. But you also take it out and realize that like that's also something outside of theater that you can think about, like when you're around younger kids, especially in my small town. My school is K through 12, so I see kindergartners and all them every day, and we do combined stuff with them. So it's just making sure that like everything I do is to influence them like correctly. Like you don't want to make their experience.
The way you shared that and talked about that kindness piece, and DP will have you do your love huddle here in the last segment, but just what is just an intentional act? Because I think sometimes we say like, don't make things harder for other individuals. What is something that you specifically do that you're like, okay, this makes it more inclusive for other people?
Just making sure they're comfortable. Like it's so easy to just ask like, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Like just making sure at every moment, like you can kind of tell, like read a room when something's wrong, and just being the first person to step up. And it's like almost like theater's not a sport, but we're all a team. It's like we have wins and losses just like a basketball team would. And it's like you have to look out for the people on your team.
The things that you said in regards to that, like reading the room, I think even just as adults, that's one of those common things. And I think, as I'm looking at Harrison, like people fail to do, and so the fact that you're understanding that and putting that out there with intentionality, thank you for that. Tavion, what about you? What is a take with that you've had through your experience with the Playhouse?
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of Isla again. Just treat others the way you want to be treated, like the golden rule, and respect each other. And just with the older kid, younger kid thing, like we have the OG theater kids and then the younger theater kids who are like from y'all. They usually start at y'all.
You said y'all?
Yeah, is Youth Actors Academy.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was okay. You got these acronyms, so we're just like we're trying to follow along.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's cool.
And basically, for us, like our director Maury, he just always wants us to be positive and just don't show any negativity around them, and like give them the best theater experience they could ever have. And because we're like all in a small green room, all backstage,
And
as
we're
well.
all exhausted and grumpy.
Well, hey, with that, you're not making anybody grumpy on this Sunday morning. You're uplifting, and so we're going to talk a little bit more about the show, how people can see it, but also want to end with just some additional advice in our third segment. So we'll be right back after this break on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1003769, $395 per month lease with 36 months with proof credit, 7,500 miles per year, $5,250 to assigning, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See delivery details.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CR-FR Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CR-F Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CR-F 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com. lincolnplayhouse.com.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson, your host with Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and then joined, as always, on the ones and twos, appreciative of always Harrison, almost over 2.5 years coming in on Sundays, but just elevating young people's voices and being supportive. I always, sometimes, I'm the one who gets to be the voice and put things forward, but Harrison there's notes that come back and say, hey, Pete, just want to thank you and Harrison, and I want to thank Harrison for making, the scholars feel so at home. And so I really am appreciative of him being in the space. But we have two great guests as always in studio, and so I'm appreciative on a Sunday before their matinee show of the best Christmas pageant ever at the Lincoln Community Playhouse. We've got Isla and we've got Tavion, and both of them have given us a little sample of what you can expect if you go to the show. As we talk about the Playhouse, I want you to kind of just, what makes the Playhouse, like Maury and that staff, like so special? I think sometimes that is the best kept secret. And so what makes the place so special, not only just for you all, but for the community of Lincoln, for the state?
Yeah, they're very family-like. For our opening night performance, I was trying to get my friend a ticket, and they didn't have Apple Pay, and that was the only thing I had to pay. And so they comped the ticket for my friend, so she got to see it, and I was so grateful.
I think it's just a very inviting environment. You almost, I think a lot of them, which it doesn't entirely count in, but they all have kids, so it feels very much you come and you're safe. It feels very safe,
like family.
Recently I got into a little accident at rehearsal, spilled some boiling water from a vocal steamer on my leg, and they had so much, I expected it to be sitting there in pain before I got to the hospital, but they jumped there was a million staff in there helping me. It just felt so comforting, and I got all wrapped up, and I was comforted the whole time. I was never alone. I was always with a staff member, and I think throughout, even when it's not emergencies, you just always know that there's somebody, if you need something, somebody you can go to. No matter who it is, there's always an adult.
Well, and for those, obviously want to talk about the show, but there's a seat beside you. We've had Brian Sieferlein and David Cohen, who produce documentaries and also are part of Lincoln Public Schools, but they produced something, A Good Day for a Rat. And we had Ella Donner, who's a member of the cast. And so if you're looking to kind of just get a behind the scenes, component of what, the Playhouse is, the enthusiasm, what that looks like, take a look at that. You can go to the Lincoln Community Playhouse, their page, and just see the video link to that. So the best Christmas pageant ever. It's exciting. People want to go see it. Tell us, the dates that it's running. I know you have a matinee today, but it's hard to get a ticket right now.
Yeah.
So I know there's only limited tickets left, but it's running this week or on Sunday, and then it's running next week as well, correct?
Yes. We have double shows on Saturday.
Yeah, we have, since the tickets sold out, we have an extra show added on our Saturdays. So we got a matinee added, and then we have our 7:30 shows. So our shows next weekend are Friday 7:30, Saturday at 2, Saturday at 7:30, and then Sunday at 2.
And if you want more information on that, you can go to lincolnplayhouse.com. lincolnplayhouse.com. They're on all social medias, Instagram, Facebook, and just call their box office, and then or go online. It's really easy to go online. They'll have which seats are open. And again, they've got a show today, handful of tickets left. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And they even added a show on Saturday. So no reason not to go. It's a family-friendly type engagement.
It's very family-friendly.
Yeah. If you're going to get tickets, go fast.
Yeah, get them.
We're pretty much sold out.
And only get them from the Playhouse. I know there was some information put out there that there were tickets being offered, but they weren't Playhouse tickets. So Derek Pearson, DP, owner of the station, his wife Rebecca, they have a foundation on the station being built on love. And so I'm asking you, finish this prompt. Love is. Isla, love is.
Love is comfort. I think if you love someone, like you feel comfortable with them enough to say anything or do anything. And safety. Like when you love someone, it's someone that you feel safe. When you love something, it's something you feel safe in. And it's something that you find comforting and that brings you happiness. And there's things that you love that don't always bring you happiness, but you know that you can always come back to them.
Love that. Tavion, love is.
Love is joy. Love is safety. It's that community aspect of family, of people you feel safe with and connect with, and just they feel like family.
So we traditionally end with a 30-second love huddle. Okay. And so what it is, you're getting your team either at the community playhouse, but you're doing this for the entire community, even globally. As I told you, we have some global listeners. So give us your 30-second love huddle.
Like love, like everyone should just love each other. Like that's the most important thing. Love each other. Like band together no matter what happens, no matter how much like arguments there is, how much drama, like especially in a cast of kids and like teens and adults, there can certainly be drama, but in the end we all have the same goal, and it's to be happy. And to do that, we all just need to love each other and empower each other, and just like it's not that hard to just tell each other good luck and really look out for each other, like on the court for sports or on stage if something were to go wrong.
Like that. Tavion, your love huddle.
Help each other out. Don't have it like if a mistake happens, keep running through. Don't push somebody down because they made a mistake. Keep going. Empower them. Preach. Just don't make anyone feel down during anything that happens. Like if we had a mistake during one of the shows, don't let it be known, because like the people in the audience won't know like the mistake. They will think, oh, it's part of the show. They won't know ever if a mistake happens, because it could be part of the show.
And you talked about there's a lot of other members of the cast. The youngest is
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
6 or 7, and the oldest, more seasoned individual. We won't give their age, but the kicker is you've got individuals 6 to 7, 6 to 7 involved.
Yeah, and then up to like
50s.
No.
We won't start giving that. But if you want to see the best Christmas pageant ever at the Lincoln Community Playhouse, go to lincolnplayhouse.com. lincolnplayhouse.com. They have a show today, a handful of tickets, just call their box office, or you can see it next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 13th through the 15th. Isla, Tavion, thanks for being here again. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson. Have a great week.
Thank you. Thank you.